Hello, let's see if this work or not. Been a while since I have this solo setup. Hello, welcome to Wednesday night chat with Nick. I'm doing a solo show tonight because Patrick is at a Christmas party. I believe he emailed me this morning and said you're gonna have to go solo. Not a big deal. Going back old school. So yes, I am here. Okay, let's see if I can get things running. It's been a while since I do it this way. I'm not sure if I do things right. Hello, Cougar. Merry Christmas to you as well. I'm gonna see if I can add. Hang in there. I'm gonna see if I can add. Hello, Lord Tatman. I'm trying to see if I can add the chat to my. Here we go. Oh yeah, I did it. It's been a while since I run the chat this way. Hello, Paul. Yes, it has been a while since I run my chat with this OBS software so that I can see the text up there, but since I'm doing solo tonight, I'm going back to old school or old new school because I went the old way and then I switched over to this fancy system, and then I went back to hello David Scalzo. So yes, I'm going solo tonight, and next week, just a reminder, next week we have Patrick as well as Reaper Tate. Okay, so Reaper Tate and Patrick will be the guest next Wednesday. It's going to be an extra long set, depend on when Reaper had to go or when Patrick has to go, but there will be no time limit next week. Just a warning. Next week will be the last chat of the year with 2 extra guests, so we're gonna go as long as we feel like talking, I guess. All right. Hello, Nitu Fahita. Regardless, good evening. Let me have my sip of tea. Hey Dan, going solo tonight. So how many people in the chat room have seen The Last Jedi? That movie has created more debates than The Force Awakens. Okay, and it has been interesting. I have had a lot of interesting discussion with a few friends, some hardcore die-hard fan. I need a high grade. Oh, you need a high grade Batman 224. You know, the one Batman that I am still missing, and it's on my wish list for a long time, is Batman 210. Okay, hello Michael Andrew from Australia. Batman 210 with the great Catwoman Neil Adams cover is one of the very few remaining Neil Adams Batman that I am missing. I bought a beautiful copy last year. Last year I saw a copy for cheap on eBay. It was probably near mint minus, at least very fine near mint. And sadly, I got it for a really reasonable price, if not cheap. Sadly, the shipper did a horrible job shipping. And when the book got here, it was mangled, beat up in one corner. And I was so bummed out. I was so disappointed. The seller offered me a huge partial refund, but it was pointless. I was so bummed out that a book that I highly sought after for years and years and years, finally found a really high grade copy, and the post office mangled it. But I blame that more on the shipper, because Such a lousy shipping job. Let me see if I can adjust the camera so that my face is on the other side of the message. Is that better? Yeah, this way I'm not having all the text right there. This might be a better angle. AG, hello, AG. Bianchi is here as well. Yeah, let's try not to spoil it, okay, in the chat, because not all of us have seen the movie. The only time that I have a lot of interesting discussion and debates with a lot of people, and the only time that I get a little bit annoyed when I have this discussion and debate about movies is my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is whenever someone said, if you go into that movie with an open mind, you may have liked it. What does that mean? What the hell does that mean? I was closed-minded, that's why I hate the movie? No, my personal taste, it didn't work for me, and that's it. You know, but it's my biggest pet peeve. The word open-minded nonsense is just dumb. Every time I hear that, whenever I debate a movie with someone, I'm just like, you're assuming that I am some kind of closed-minded doorknob. Hello, Scott and Knights of O. Regardless, you know, I think if I had to predict how well the movie's gonna do, I am predicting that The Last Jedi will do between 1.3 and 1.5 billion dollars. Okay, The Force Awakens did over 2 billion. Can this movie, The Last Jedi, crack the top 10? Yes, to crack the top 10, to have a chance to crack the top 10 of all time, this movie need to do over 1.5 billion, if not close to 1.6 billion dollars. It's hard to believe that Disney Beauty and the Beast did over 1.5 billion. That's crazy. You know, I know the movie was, I know Beauty and the Beast was very popular. I just had no idea how well it did. I mean, it did phenomenal. Come on, almost 1.6 billion. Oh my God. And it's not even Star Wars talk. Kind of, you know, we're not going to any kind of spoiler or review. If anybody want to see my review, spoiler and spoiler free, they on my channel. But yeah, we're not talking spoiler here because there's people in the chat room that haven't seen the movie. But let's talk. I want to talk more about Marvel and Fox. You know, there've been a whole lot of discussion on hello, Oscar. Oscar asked, okay, I keep forgetting that I put the text up here. Oscar, whenever I ship something, a slab, I do a double box. I have a FedEx office near my house. I go to the FedEx office and I get a medium-sized box and I put the slab inside with some bubble wrap. And then I put that box inside the medium flat rate box. So it's a double box as well as some styrofoam and whatever peanut I want. So it's a double box. In all of my shipping in the past 6 years, as far as shipping and selling slabs since 2010, so 7 years, I only have only one out of probably over 1,000 slabs. Only one damaged, and I believe that one was damaged by the receiver. I think he scammed me. I think he know he want to crack the books out anyway. He bought the book to crack out, and being a jackwad that he was, he decided to crack the slab and claim that it was damaged to get partial refund from me. But it's very tough to crack a double box. Okay, very tough. So for me, because I asked that guy, show me the box that create that big crack that you show me in the picture, and he claimed that he threw the box away already. Yeah. Yes, hello Carl. Yeah, tonight it's solo. Patrick is out on a Christmas party, so I'm doing a solo show tonight. Um, Back to my want to talk about Marvel and Fox. You know, there had been a lot of discussion on, oh, Disney say that they are going to incorporate the X-Men into the universe. How many people heard on YouTube by many channels that talk about, oh, Justice League, the movie did poorly because there was so much negative news about the movie before it came out. Change in director, change in story, reshoot, all kind of negativity. Okay, we heard all kind of talk about why Justice League did so poorly, and one of the big reason is all the negativity that came out before the movie. Okay, there are some truth to that. Now, think about that. Those same channel, the same people that use that same reasoning can't see through the simple fact that Disney is being smart and saying all the right thing, and say that, oh, we're not going to mess with the X-Men. Do you think they're going to say, no, we're going to buy Fox, once we approve the deal and get everything in, we're going to flush the X-Men universe down the toilet and start fresh? You think they're going to say that to ruin the potential success of that movie? Why would they do that? Why would anyone do that? I can't believe how many channels on YouTube are yapping, repeating the same nonsense. It's just like stupid after stupid after stupid. It's like I said, YouTube is not news. YouTube is not journalism. It's a whole lot of hack. Hello, man from Beantown. Yeah, there's a fat chance of Hugh Jackman signing anything. Yeah. No, it's frustrating to hear the pundit on YouTube talk about all these things. On top of that, I'm sure if you're on YouTube, you heard all kind of people talking about, oh, the merger of Fox and Marvel is bad. It's gonna cost jobs. People's gonna lose jobs. Is there truth to that? Absolutely. Corporate merger, the kind of job that's gonna be redundant, like accounting, marketing, things like that. But nobody talked about job created in the past 5 years as far as in the entertainment business. People forgot that 10 years ago on TV, what do we have to watch? Netflix are spending billions in original content. Hulu is spending billions on original content. Amazon is spending billions on original content. All kind of shows, all kind of jobs. Nobody talk about that. There are so many shows, so many jobs that even Marvel decide to throw interns to write the garbage show like Iron Fist. That show can't possibly be written by anyone that have any kind of experience. But the bottom line is there are so many jobs created in the entertainment business with the emerging of Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, you name it. So it is nonsense to go on YouTube and saying they are going to cost jobs. Nobody was talking about job creation. Holy crap, stupid. Yes, I agree. Tom Hardy would have made a good Logan. Could be a great Logan, but now that he's doing Venom, I don't know. I don't know. Can he do both? Hey, if Josh Brolin can do Cable as well as Thanos, okay, I don't know. I don't know if that's a possibility. I wouldn't rule out that it's impossible to have Hardy as Logan, but you know, we'll see. It will be very interesting to see who they will replace. Very interesting. It's I don't know. You know, I love Hugh Jackman. I don't have a problem with Hugh Jackman. I know a lot of people don't like Hugh Jackman. Too tall, too handsome, too this, too that. Every time I had that discussion with people that complain he's too tall, too handsome, and yet every single person that complained that Hugh Jackman is too tall, too handsome, too this, too that, can't come up with a 5'4" actor that can fit the role. So think about that. Chew on that for a little bit. I hate Hugh Jackman. Ah! Like I said many times before, Danny DeVito has retired. It's hard for me to have a civilized discussion or debate with some of my friends when it comes down to movies and stuff, because it just makes no sense. You know, some people just hate for this. You know the old saying, hate is gonna hate, right? I mean, I have a lot of pet peeve, and no doubt one of my biggest pet peeve is debating or discussing a movie or a TV show with someone that don't watch them. What's the point? Oh, I hate the new Star Trek. Okay, have you seen it? No. You just had to sit there and just say, okay, it makes no sense. It's just like talking about closed mind. Yeah, there's no open mind there. I just don't like the new Star Trek because I just don't like something. Unless you give the show a chance and spend 15-20 minutes or something, or even 1 hour to watch the first episode, stay out of the discussion, right? Hello, Gore Vidal. Yeah, Tom Cruise is about 5'7". He might be too old. Hey, like I said, you know, trust me. There is always, with entertainment, you can't please everyone. Okay. I can't, you know, as much as I have problem with The Last Jedi, I can't wait to see how that movie did in the international market, because you gotta understand, The Last Jedi has not opened in Japan or China yet. Okay, those two markets can bring in $300 million. The movie has already done 500 million, right? So my prediction of 1.3 to 1.5 billion is really within range, and The Force Awakens did about 1.1 billion overseas. And I can't wait to see how the international market respond to The Last Jedi, because I don't think the international market will have such a big problem compared to the hardcore fan here. I think the hardcore fan here have a lot more problem digesting that movie. But we'll see. You know, like I said, The Force Awakens did 1.1 billion. I am predicting that this movie, The Last Jedi, might do even better. Okay, it might do worse domestically in North America, but it might do better. And if that's the case, Disney's gonna say F you to the hardcore fan. You don't like it? Tough. We are making money on the Chinese Asian market. Hello, the only one, John. Am I Bianchi? My answer is yes. I do see X-Men and Fantastic Four have a brighter future in the next 2 years. Just because, for the most part, you know, if you follow the comic book market, there is no doubt that the X-Men and the Fantastic Four has lagged in many ways behind Spider-Man and Avengers and Thor. There's a lot of you know, key books in the other title that did much better. Even, you know, Guardian of the Galaxy, you know. But do I think the future is slightly better for X-Men and Fantastic Four? The answer is yes. But okay, here's a disclaimer. Here's a but. It's not gonna be like a huge thing. Okay, it's not like, you know, for those that remember how the first Inhuman book went crazy and then crashed. I think the market, that lesson is going to be very hard to forget. So will those books move up? Sure, but it's not going to be. I think the days of hot books exploding is over. Does that mean that I think that hot book is no longer hot? Sure, there are going to be movie bump. Okay, that still will happen. But the days of books that jump double or triple, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Michael Andrews, same here. I enjoy the new Star Trek. I watch it. I can't wait to see the show return in 3 weeks, I believe. I think mid-January is when the last 5 episodes of season 1 will be shown. So I look forward. I think 5 or 6. I can't remember. I think there might be 6 more episodes. For some reason, they didn't divide the show in half. You know, they did like 9 episodes and then I think 6 episodes in the second half. Well, the problem with many of the names that you guys mentioned, from Russell Crowe to Tom Cruise, and they're all too old. Okay, they're all too old for the X-Men to be reboot. It's gonna be a young new team. It's gonna have to be a young new team. And the one name that I saw mentioned earlier is the Jon Snow, the actor. It's a possibility. He's not very tall. I think he's only like 5'7". And he sport the scruffy look pretty good. He just need to put on like 25-30 pounds to bulk himself up a little bit. So yeah, I like that. I think he's a wonderful actor. Not that many people dislike Jon Snow. And yes, I like Michelle Yeoh as well. It's you know, it's a the new Star Trek has huge production value. I mean, that show looked great. It has the best looking. It's the best looking Star Trek show ever. Okay, so you know, if you, the way I try to encourage my friend to see the show is that, you know, you have to kind of forget what Star Trek used to be, okay? And let yourself emerge into this new world, and you might enjoy the show. If you go into Star Trek with the old, like, I like Discovery, I want Prime Directive, trust me, as much as huge of a Star Trek fan that I am tired of the Prime Directive. Okay, enough of that. Scott Eastwood, too handsome, man. That's the thing. See, there is nothing wrong with any of the names that you guys mentioned, from Russell Crowe to Tom Cruise to, but I'm sure you have heard the complaint of many of the people that did not like Hugh Jackman, and one of them is too handsome. Don't they know that ugly does not sell tickets? Like I said, Danny DeVito has retired. I be racing. I actually like the way they portrayed the Klingons. This new show has featured the Klingons more than ever. Okay, and I like the fact that they give the Klingon so much airtime. I like the fact that they give the Klingon, like, the speak Klingon with subtitle. I don't have a problem with that. It sounds great. It's, to me, the sound of the Klingon, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I have no problem with what they're doing. I mean, for sure, the first episode was a little jarring because you got to get used to the look of the Klingon, the new costume, and all that stuff. But after the first episodes, I'm fine. I get used to the newer look Klingon very quickly and move on. Marvel the Cross. Have you seen that most fans are upset with the Last Jedi movie? What are your thoughts? Marvel the Cross, if you have a chance, I have a spoiler review I did 2 days ago. I have a problem with the movie, and it's not, some of the, it's a tough movie to discuss because, when I talk to people and said I don't like part of the movies, some people agree and some people automatically say that, oh, you have to be open mind. I hate that. Open mind has nothing to do with it. When something is stupid, it's stupid. Okay? Not, it's just like, if it's something is so stupid, not intelligent, it's stupid. It has nothing to do with I'm open mind or not. So I disagree with those that think that I'm not open minded when I say I didn't like many parts of the movie. There are parts I like. Many of the hardcore of Star Wars fanboys that I know hate the part that I like. So what does that make me? If I disagree with the new fan and the old fan, I have no idea. I have my own brain. David Scalzo, I agree. Klingon, the new Klingon are much more is much scarier. Okay, the old Klingon was more, I wouldn't say like all talk, no action, but just different. I like this newer depiction of the Klingon much more. That's why I enjoyed the show a lot more than I expected. It's a pleasant surprise for me. I look forward to the rest of the season, and I hope that my $5.99 subscription to CBS All Access help contribute to season 2, because I want season 2. Marvel the Cross, I agree. I enjoy the last half of the movie more, even though there are part of the last half that I also did not like. But overall, I felt that the last 1/3 of the movie is better than the first 2/3 of the movie. It's a kind of movie where I has said in my review, it's I would like to see again. I'm not sure I want to see the whole movie again because there's part of this movie that I hate so much that I'm pretty sure even if I see it the second time, I want to fast forward it or skip it or leave the theater to go get popcorn or something. So I'm pretty sure the second time around, I will still hate all the parts that I hate. It's rare. It's rare that I go see a movie and say, "Oh, I hated that before and now I like it." I can't recall. Usually, when I hate something, see it the second time, I usually hate it even more. I think I definitely, I can say for certain that I'm not in the camp that say that this is the worst Star Wars movie. You're not gonna see me sitting there and there's a lot of channels on YouTube that proclaim that this is like the worst thing ever, and they bastardize the franchise, and Disney has jumped the shark and this and that. I don't agree with that. I think, you know, I understand that this movie took risk. I understand that this movie trying to do something different because the last movie, my biggest thing, you gotta understand, my biggest gripe with the Force Awakens was I thought it was nothing special. I didn't care for the movie. Um, I didn't think there was anything special. But this movie, I appreciate that it took risk. Some of the risk did not work. Some of the risk did not pay off. But overall, at least I would say that I understand what they try to do. I'm not the fanboy that say they completely screw it. Nah, I did. I wouldn't say they completely screw it. There was a few parts in the movie that they did completely screw it. Um, I'm just confused as to where they're going next with the Star Wars movies. Without going to spoiler Marvel, The Cross, to me, it's very simple, really. I mean, I can see where it's going, but without going to spoiler, I can't say much. But I have heard a few people say, "I don't know where it's going." Where do you think it's going? Where else can it go? Think about it. Who's left? What is left? Right? There is only one place left to go. If you sit there and think about where next, what else is there to go? There is no other choice. There is no right now. I keep hearing from a lot of people that saying, "Oh, this movie end and we don't. There's no cliffhanger. There's no." The road is very clear to me. Very clear. The road is straight, clear. There is no other thing left. There is no side road. Straight. Yeah. So unfortunately, because we can't say anything spoiling, I can't say much more. But Marvel, The Cross, trust me, I can see exactly where it's going because there's nothing left but one line. It is there is no. Uh, I can't say without spoiling anything. So sorry, can't go deeper into anything else. Bye, Cougar. Hello, Thomas. Um, just a reminder, next Wednesday is a longer version of the chat because I will have Reaper Tate and I will have uh, Patrick. Duh, senior moment then. So Patrick will come back next Wednesday and Reaper Tate will join us as a special guest. He's finally free on a Wednesday night to join us. So it will be an extra long chat. No, we don't have any set topics, but since it's Anthony rare appearances, he can discuss whatever he wants to discuss, and we will let things run until we run out of time or run out of things to say. So I don't have any plan to shut down anything after 1 hour, but it's all depend on Anthony and Patrick availability. IB Racing, I don't think that's going to happen. I think a lot of people expect some kind of. It'd be nice, it'd be nice to see some kind of um, hint of the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. Um, I heard all kind of crazy theory about potentially Reed Richard is the person that's buying Tony Stark building. So in the Avenger movie, you will see a brief appearance of Reed Richard. Hard to say. You gotta understand they haven't. This deal is not yet finalized. Okay, it's just because Disney announced that they are buying Fox. Okay, that's all well and done. Disney agree, Fox agree. It still need approval by the regulator, whoever they are. Okay, it still need blessing from the power, the same power potentially that I think it won't be hard. Okay, the power will not prevent. Remember, Donald Trump hated Time Warner, hated CNN without going too much politics. When Donald Trump was running for president, he talked openly about how he does not like the merger of AT&T and Time Warner. And guess what? That merger is stuck in limbo. When Disney announced the deal with Fox, Donald Trump is a very good friend with Murdoch, the head man at Fox, and he tweeted congratulations. So from a regulatory standpoint, Disney should be able to swallow up Fox asset fairly easily compared to AT&T and Time Warner. But okay, that being said, the Avengers movie are probably mostly finished. Okay, they are in post-production. Would they is there time to include an end credit with the Fantastic Four or X-Men? Absolutely, there is time. But who knows? Who knows what my hunch is that both the X-Men, well, my hunch is that you're not going to see anything with the X-Men because Marvel want to let the X-Men and the mutant universe play out with what we have right now. So, but as far as Fantastic Four, it's gonna be a reboot for sure. So they can do much more with what's going on with the Fantastic Four because Disney cannot ignore the success of Deadpool. So the hardest thing for Disney to figure out is how to let Deadpool play out with the R-rated stuff. Fox already spent money on X-Force, New Mutants, Dark Phoenix. Okay, that's money spent. So Disney is not going to say anything stupid like we are going to scrap the universe. They're going to let those things play out and make them, because hey, Fox already spent the money. Okay, so imagine a year from now when those movies came out, all the money that Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, guess who getting the money? Disney. Okay, so they're not gonna bite their own hand by saying we are scrapping the X-Men universe. No one is that stupid, except for people on YouTube. Okay, there's a lot of idiots on YouTube that throw out all kind of stupid theory. No, Marvel is not gonna say anything stupid like we are scrapping the mutant universe, even if that's the plan. They wait until the movie came out. After the movie came out, after the movie finished running, then they will let the then the decision making will happen. Okay, right now, too much money is at stake to say anything stupid. But I love to see, I love to see, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned it last week. My speculation is the last Avenger, when Thanos is done, when the Thanos saga, the Infinity Saga is done, that will be the last Avengers movie. That has been my speculation for the past few weeks. They will you will not see another Avengers movie. They will launch Fantastic Four in their Phase 4 and build the Marvel's cinematic universe around the Fantastic Four. Okay? It will be too much to trying to build around two big teams like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. I think there are so much to be done with the Fantastic Four. You can bring in Fantastic Four is a kind of team that can always add cameos, whether it's Black Panther or whoever. Okay, they can always add one or two extra heroes into any one of those movies and build up a huge Galactus saga so that you can involve Guardian of the Galaxy. You can involve the cosmic side of Marvel, because ultimately, who else is bigger? Who else is as big as Thanos as far as a storyline, right? You can do a movie. Galactus can be a three-part movie with, the introduction of Silver Surfer and other hero. It's just so much they can do. So much they can do. So I can see the Fantastic Four as the center of the Marvel universe should they launch it. Well, Michael Andrew, that's my dream. My dream is to, if I am Kevin Feige, that's what I would do. Because this is, I have a lot of discussion with a lot of friends over the past month. I'm just like, you got to understand, the longer an actor stay in a role, the more expensive they are. They are human beings. People like raises, okay? This has been discussed to death. Robert Downey Jr. went from making 500,000 in the first Iron Man movie to 60 million in the last Avengers movie. They cannot afford the Avengers if it costs 100 million in salary just to have the team. That's insane. It's not smart business, okay? They string out Tony Stark as long as they could, but he is expensive, too expensive. So the speculation now is who's gonna die. Guess who? Tony Stark. If you had to ask me who's gonna die in the Avengers Thanos movie, my bet is Tony Stark is going to bite the dust. You hear it here. A lot of people have speculated on all other Captain America. The speculation is always around the members that have been around the longest, like whether it's Captain America, whether it's Tony, whether it's Thor. Okay, these guys have been around the longest. They are the most expensive, and I can see Disney saying bye bye. The thing is, who want to see an Avenger with the new team? Not really. That's why I think once the Infinity Saga is over, it will be the last Avengers movie for now. They can always bring back the Avenger rebooted in 10 or 20 years, who cares? But for now, if they introduce the Fantastic Four and build an universe around the Fantastic Four, they can have another 10 years and 10 movies to make, right? So trust me, Marvel have a lot to do, the casting of the Fantastic Four therefore need to be young. Okay, they need to cast a team where they can see 10 years from now these people can still play the role. You know, this is why I keep saying there's no way Hugh Jackman is going to be in this universe, because if they want to redo the X-Men, they want Logan, Wolverine to be around for 10 movies. Hugh Jackman he's old and old. I like Hazel Dan. Yes, Hazel Dan. Chris Evans also voiced, like I said, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, and Robert Downey Jr. Any one of those three might die, in my opinion. I put my bet on Tony Stark because he's the most expensive and he's the oldest. Good night, Carl. Yeah, I agree, Edwin. I can see Marvel go young. They might go young with FF and the X-Men. They need to. As much as anyone want to complain about it, I'm just like, they have to. This is one reason why they cast a very young Captain Marvel. They want a young Captain Marvel that can be around for 10 years. It's not fair, okay? It's not fair. It's ageism when you say, oh my God, why isn't all this beautiful, talented actress not getting cast as Miss Marvel? The sad truth is many of the potential candidates that could have played Miss Marvel were in their mid-30s or late 30s. It's not fair that Marvel thinking that is too old. But Marvel is looking 10 years down the road, right? And they're saying, if we hire someone that's 38 right now, how is she going to be in 10 years? Personally, I disagree with that kind of thinking. But that's how the producer are thinking. Scarlet. Scarlet is not very expensive. That's one reason why they haven't made, in my opinion, one of the reasons why Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow has not been given a movie, because Marvel know if you give Scarlett a movie, her salary will go up. Nothing but higher, okay? So she's not that important of a character. There's no need to waste more money with the Black Widow. We can easily do something else. So let's just give her a small role in the Avengers movie and keep the lid on her salary. That's my take, okay? You heard it here. All those people that keep saying the Black Widow should have her own movie, she should. Yes, we don't need, I said, can it be done, Edwin? Absolutely. Scarlett Johansson is very talented. She can carry a movie on her own. She has the acting chop. She has the action chop. But why give her a movie? Next thing you know, she's gonna come back and say, instead of making $2 million as in my 15 minutes in the Avengers, now you gotta pay me 20. No need for that. Disney accountant is saying no. It's 7:45, so we'll get 15 more minutes. On the comic book front, which I have not talked about, I have been debating, looking, and man, did I miss out on a good deal today. I missed out on a deal. I can't stress enough. Don't let your auction end around dinner time. 5:30, I'm eating dinner. I'm not sitting by my computer and I forgot. My bad. I should have set up a snipe. But, I forgot all about the snipe. I ate dinner with my son. came home, turned on the computer. I'm like, oh no, the auction just ended 15 minutes ago. I missed out. A really nice book. A really nice book. Something that I had been eyeing for a week. Went for cheap. Dirt cheap. Hello, biggies. Yes, Scott, I missed out on a good deal. Hard to believe, but I did. A deal on a book that could have easily double. I could easily buy that and double my money. So yeah, I missed out on a deal. And it is also a book that I wanted on my list. That's make it a double pain, because not that it went for cheap, it's also a book on my 2018 wish list. IB Racing. Yep. To answer your question, it would reveal let's before I answer Scott's question, I can make the announcement here. Well, I can't. I should keep that a secret. Okay, remember, it's all I can say for now is I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx. I don't want to bring more competition into this book. But it is a book on my 2018, and I am very bummed that I missed out. When is the new books from the collection coming in? Scott, I paid this morning. I have been, the dealer have been sending me pictures for the past week and a half. I bought a big stack, another 25 books or so. And we finally square this morning. This morning we decided that let's close out the lot. There's more to come. We are nowhere near finishing with this collection yet, but I told him, let's square everything so that he can ship out the box today, so that maybe I get it by Christmas. So if everything play out right, I will have the box here next Wednesday. So if it got here next Wednesday, I will give you guys a peek at what's inside the box. Okay, insanity. Okay, if you enjoy seeing the books, IB Racing say, "Nam, now I have to rewatch your 2018 list video." Yes, you have to rewatch that. Yes, this collection is amazing. Okay. I have no plan to buy this many book. Trust me, I had zero plan. If anything, I was hoping to reduce my collection. Tech 31 is guessing a timely. We'll see. Like I said, I will review. Well, like I said, why blow the suspense by saying it here? Okay, it's bottom line is I miss it. I did not get it. So there's nothing to show. So as far as timely or easy, it's right now. It's still 50-50 on either one of those things, because I what's in the box? What should be your next vid, Nick? What's in the box? Well, if the box arrive next Wednesday, I might do a live unboxing to show you the inside. It's the first time I see the books myself, but this collection is amazing. I can't say enough about the quality of the books. Okay, it's the only thing that is, okay, as I mentioned before, this collection was not bagged, not boarded, and sadly not store properly. Okay, so the majority of the book have yellowish. Um, there's very few white page. Okay, the majority of the book are off white to white with slightly yellowish back cover, especially, well, for bronze to silver. That's the only negative I can say about this collection. Um, Midwest, Southern Midwest. That's all I'm gonna say. I believe Arizona. It was in a hot area. Um, so the heat, for all we know, it could have been kept in the attic, So it was not white page. I can tell you. Sure, some of the books was white page, but more so in the off white. That's the only knock on this collection. But and it's not like Savannah. Okay, I can tell you, it's nothing as bad like the Savannah pedigree where it's cream stuff. No, it's just not white. Okay, so for someone that noticed white page, I noticed it that it's not white, and the dealer confirmed to me that the box was not kept in cool air. It was not kept in bags and board. That's why the book have a more yellowish color. Nerd Vision asks how much the yellowing and sun shadow affect a book's grade. Not much. Not much. If you're familiar with Savannah pedigree, there are plenty of cream to off-white page that was 9.4. I don't recall ever seeing a 9.6 or above that is cream to off-white page quality. But as far as 9.4, let me repeat. This collection is not cream to off-white like Savannah. Okay, it's off-white to white. Okay, it's not white. I would love to have a white collection. Who doesn't? But I'm just saying that if anything I notice is that it is more off-white to white because of the poor storage condition. Regardless, the comic god was very kind. Okay, because if you see the quality of the books that I got, trust me, they were not bags and board. Get that. They were not bag and board. Yeah, I mean it's beautiful. I mean, if I can have, if I can take a book and show you, yeah, I can. Let me see. I'm back. I just grabbed one of the book. Okay, so if you look, that's not bad. Okay, this is not, but it's not white. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's just like they all have like a, none of the white back covers are white. Okay, like this book, not been pressed, nothing. Okay, the majority of these books are not needed to be pressed, nothing. And let me show you the interior. Okay, so you can see this is not white, okay, but it's also not like cream or tan or yellow. It's just not, it's off-white. Okay, so that's is the one trait that are very common. See, this is the front cover. Okay. So not bad, for, and I'm used to have a lot of really white bronze books. So for me to see something like this, I recognize that it's not white. So no, it's not bad. Like I said, that's why even though I mentioned that it's off white to white, I did stress that this is not Savannah cream kind of tanning. What I can say is for sure, this batch that's coming in next week is very is DC heavy. It's DC heavy. There are there's bronze Spider-Man, but it's DC heavy. Yeah, Dust Shadow can definitely hurt the book, but I have seen Dust Shadow in 9-2 bronze books, Dust Shadow in 9-4 bronze books many times. So I'm not gonna be the kind of collector that say, there is no Dust Shadow in near mid or higher or anything. I have seen it. Just look at, you can go on Heritage Database, look up Savannah pedigree, and you will see a few books in the 9-2, 9-4 range with Dust Shadow. Knights of Old asks, no, the answer is no. Dust, there is no Wonder Bread that you can use to wipe off Dust Shadow. Not that I'm aware. Hello GPAB. Yeah, I know with some Dust Shadow, when you I have seen this with my own eyes, where I have had a book with really bad Dust Shadow to a point where when I use an eraser to clean the cover, the Dust Shadow was lightened, but because there was so much dust built up on the cover that part of the dust was able to come off as I clean it with an eraser, but it's still there. Okay, the majority of the Dust Shadow still there. There's no way it is in the fiber of the paper. The dust that came off was the surface dust that sit on top of the sun shadow. So yeah, depending on how dirty, how dusty the Dust Shadow is, you can clean part of the dust that is sitting on top of the paper off. But in the end, you cannot eliminate it without restoration. Yeah, it's a discoloration of the paper. I wouldn't call it a stain, but it is a discoloration. You see it, it's almost 8 o'clock, so I will answer a few more questions before I go. GPAP just give you the explanation right there. The only one John asked, what do I think of grading modern books? Grading different age books is very difficult, in my opinion. I know it's easy for us, right, to sit there and say, oh, should use the same grading standard across the age. But if you understand how book were produced in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s, compared to book that's produced today, it's a world of difference in paper quality. It's a world difference in quality control, in paper, everything. There are so many variables that make the age of each book very different. So it's not so simple to say, why can't they apply the same standard for every age? Books that were produced in the 60s was not cut evenly, was poorly managed as far as production process, with all kind of production flaw, line tears, you name it. It just, sure, can if you want to apply the same standard compared to modern books, you might as well wipe out a big chunk of 9.6 and 9.8 Silver Age, even Bronx. And then what would that do? It would just make all the 9.6 and 9.8 true 9.6 and 9.8 Silver Age and Bronze Age book 10 times more expensive, because there are a whole lot less of them, right? So I don't know. I don't like the fact that I see so many variable in grading standard across ages. I don't sit here and say that, oh, you know, they grade gold different than bronze and modern. With my own eyes, I see variable even within the same age. I see 9.2 in bronze that I disagree with. Forget about compare with modern book, you know. So when it comes down to it, I look at each book on its own merit. Okay, you know, the old saying, buy the book, not the slab, not the numbers. That's how I approach buying a slab, and thankfully I don't do a heck of a lot of that anymore. I agree with Tech 31. I don't mind foxing if it's not heavy foxing. I have books that have foxing and it's not bad. The only time where I don't like foxing is when it looks like someone take a rust brush and spray the back cover, like splash the back cover with 100 dots. That's when it looks ugly to me. If foxing is a handful of little splotch or circle, I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm okay with that. I just don't like it when it's splashed in a whole back cover. Then it become fugly. Anyhow, thanks for joining me. Time for me to go. It's 8:03. Tune in next Wednesday for a big show. Big year-end show with Reaper Tates, Anthony, and Patrick. The three of us will go at it. It can be an extra long episode. Who knows what topic we'll be talking about? Since it's Anthony rare appearances, he can bring whatever topic he wished to talk about. Thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. There will be a cooking show this Sunday because I have guests coming in for lunch. They're coming over for lunch Sunday, so I'm cooking up a big pot of pho, PHO, a big pot of pho for my guests Sunday lunch. So if you want to see me cooking pho, tune in Sunday at 11 o'clock. Good night. See you next week. Merry Christmas if I don't see you guys. Bye-bye.